Hey everybody. Wow, did I miss a busy week? Okay, so where do we even begin? First of all, there's some updates on David. He's moving even more suspicious. Yes, he has officially started selling off his assets. Or not, I'm sorry, not selling them off. Transferring assets to his mom's name or his parents' name. But which reminds me also another update. His mom was spotted buying a gun. Like, what is going on? She's buying a gun. He's transferring all his assets to her name. Not only that, not only is she buying a gun, her house gets swatted. Also, and what else? Yeah, the LAPD still hasn't named him as a suspect. At least not that I've heard. In fact, it seems like everyone else has gone pretty silent around this whole David thing. I mean, up until the transferring of assets started happening. So, I'm not going to wait on the LAPD. I've decided to start a little series. And, I think, I'm going to let go of the Hoover indictment for now. I am sorry to those of you who were waiting. I might go back and finish it. But really, the timing of it all is very odd and suspicious. You know what I mean? The more I think about it, like the Hoover gang, right? They've supposedly, allegedly, been investigating them since, 2021? Thereabouts? They waited an awfully long time to finally bring charges. And not only that, most of the overt actions on the indictment have all been since 2023, I think was the earliest one. Of course, I didn't finish reading it. Maybe I would have seen some older overt actions if I kept reading. Anyways, we may get back to that. But I think this is a good segue into actually, investigating the LAPD. I know one of my first videos when I came on here, I said that the LAPD was something I wasn't quite ready to talk about yet. Because, I didn't really quite have the following or numbers really to start running my mouth about them. But you know what? I don't care anymore. You know what? Fuck them. Fuck them. Because I'm never going to have the right numbers to talk about people like this, ever. There are never right numbers to start talking about the truth about who is supposed to protect us and who is actually hurting us. And not going to lie, the more I think about even saying that, I'm ashamed of myself for not talking about them sooner. Don't worry, I make mistakes, and that's all fine. I admit them, and I move on, and I proceed. Because the LAPD has been well overdue for an investigation. I mean, oh my God, I could go on all day. Just the things I know from the top of my head, the shady crap that they have done that they still haven't answered for. Losing evidence, showing up conveniently and also conveniently not showing up. Just who they choose to protect, who they choose not to protect. It's wild. It is like they're their own form of government out there. They don't abide by any other laws that other police departments do. Like, they are just notoriously corrupt. And in my opinion, I don't think that they're any better than the Hoover Street Gang. In fact, I don't even know why we're applauding them for this indictment. Why are we applauding? They've been involved with the Hoovers. Like I said throughout reading that whole indictment, you can't tell me these people have been run wild on the internet for us all to see, get it for years, and not the LAPD either not notice or they were involved in one way or the other. In my opinion, allegedly, they were involved. Of course, I can't know for sure. I've never been to Los Angeles. I've never even met an LAPD cop before. And I'm not saying that they're all bad either. I'm sure that there's those few in there who, oh my God, it must be hell for them too, who tries to do the right thing every day and protect and serve their job. I'm sure there are some, but It doesn't, you see, here's what I keep coming back to. It doesn't matter. The good ones don't matter if they don't if they don't speak up. You know what I mean? The only voices, the only actions that if good people just keep sitting back and doing nothing, it doesn't matter if there's good people in there or not. You see what I mean? And it's the same with life too in general. Like, I'm sure we all have people like that, that we know, that we talk to, who are good people. But they are so brainwashed and complacent, and they are convinced that they should just do nothing. At least until, like, something happens to them or their children. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means they need to wake the fuck up. Everyone needs to wake up. But anyways, so the LAPD, right? A couple things that are, I wouldn't say odd about this whole David situation, but that stick out to me. First, it's the time. Like, the time of year. It's like a pattern. I mean, there are other times of the year, too, where it happens, but it seems specifically like August, September time is when we seem to have the most, like, deaths occur in Hollywood. And I know Celeste wasn't part of Hollywood. That's not what I mean. But I just mean, like, mysteriously, weirdly, a lot of celebrities seem to die around this time of year. And, not saying that Celeste is related to all that, but I'm not saying that it's not. Because, I don't know, I'm trying to, like, find a way. Because the LAPD, right? They're corrupt, they're evil, they don't care. Most of them don't care, allegedly. But they're not dumb, right? They're not dumb. And with all the media attention that has been paid to this, you would think that if they don't announce David as a suspect, they'd at least have someone they'd be looking into or something they'd be looking into, but they've got nothing. And it's getting more and more suspicious. It's not sitting right with people more and more. And so now the mainstream media and everyone else who gets a paycheck from these people have stopped talking about it. Maybe they're trying to hope that it'll calm people down, make people forget about it, that how, the LAPD did nothing again. But it's really, it's bugging me. It's bugging me. Just the way that the media had been wording it all. Just like the little things. The devil's in the details. The little things, like saying that she's 15 instead of 14. Calling her a runaway. Focusing on her family and her family's issues. All this stuff. Like, all this stuff. Just little things. And most of these things, mind you, are coming from the LAPD or TMZ, which is the LAPD pretty much. They work hand in hand together. So, oh yeah. And then they walked back her being dismembered. They walked that back. Acted like they never said it. I don't know about you all, but I'm about sick of people coming on here and either lying before or lying now right to our faces like we're stupid. I'm sure I'm not the only one who noticed that, but anywho. So yeah, it's just the little things, and it's convenient that the LAPD gave David enough time to secure his assets and all, if they're even going to do anything about it at all. I guess we'll see what the toxicology report says. The LAPD seems convinced, even though they don't have a toxicology report, that it could possibly be an overdose. Well, if it could possibly be an overdose, it could possibly be a homicide too, couldn't it? Like, how, why? And I don't buy that. Well, they just must know more than what they say. No, they don't have the toxicology report. So how could they possibly know if it was a drug overdose? Or even know enough to suspect that when they found her in the trunk of a car? Like, something is not adding up with what they have been telling us. Something is not adding up. And to be honest, I don't really think the LAPD deserves the benefit of the doubt, considering that the LA is one of the biggest hubs of human trafficking, and this Hoover indictment is the first The first RICO case for human trafficking ever in Los Angeles. I don't know if it's California or Los Angeles, but definitely Los Angeles. So, I don't know. I feel like you gotta kind of earn respect to get respect. And it's hard to give respect to a bunch of thugs in uniform. That's what it looks like to me. Looks like they're the Hoovers 2.0. Or shit. Maybe they're the Hoovers 1.0. Maybe the Hoovers work for them. Maybe one of them fucked up. I don't know. These are all just guesses. But you see, that's all they've given us to go on, really, is a bunch of guesses. At least as far as David and Celeste is concerned. God, that poor little girl. Oh my God. And all this thrashing they're doing to the parents. And we really don't know anything about them other than the fact that they don't speak English. That is like all we know. And then they were getting on them about the daughter asking for Celeste. It's because the parents don't speak English. Obviously, the member of the family who does speak English is going to be the one to go around and asking. Come on, people. It's common sense. It's common sense. And then I heard people say, well, the LAPD aren't telling them anything, so maybe they're suspect. No, they're the LAPD. They don't have to tell you anything. And because they don't give a fuck. They don't. They spend so much time on appearances when they really could have just been locking up the criminals the whole time. And I'm sick of it. I'm not even from LA. I've never been to LA. And it's in my face. Can't imagine what it's like for the people who live there. The people who have to wonder if something happens to them. Will the cops even care enough? Do they have enough connections? Do they have enough money to even get them to give a shit if something happens to their kid? Oh my God. It's dangerous when we stop talking about this stuff and just let them do this. It's dangerous. Is the whole world just gonna wait until it's their loved one that something like this happens to? What the hell is going on these days? All this stuff playing out right before people's eyes, and they're just sitting there watching it. Well, nothing I can do about it. There's everything you can do about it. But anyways, I'm going to be coming back tomorrow. I'll be going back to the daily upload, so, stay tuned, turn your notifications on, all that, I don't like to tell you, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to like and subscribe. I think I should at least prove to you that it's worth a like. So, I'll be back. You don't have to hit the like yet. But when I come back, oh boy, it's going to be like-worthy. I promise. And, yeah, the LAPD, your time's up. Sorry. At least where I'm sitting. Because I'm not going to stop talking about this stuff. I will not be gaslit anymore by anybody. And I'm not even going to respond to the gaslighting. Not even going to respond to it anymore. It's stupid shit, and stupid is not allowed anymore. No more stupid allowed. No more coddling. Done with that. People are dying. Kids are dying. Kids are missing. 500,000 kids, thereabouts, are missing. Still. Here in the United States. And everyone's all up in an uproar about something that's happening thousands and thousands of miles away. We got thousands, hundreds of thousands of missing kids right here in our country that have been missing for, oh my God. I just wish people would wake up. And I'm not going to shut up when people start waking up. Stay tuned.